For anyone who just signed up for DoorDash or has been doing it for a while, we all have asked the same question of how do you make the most money doing DoorDash, and specifically this year in 2026, how do we do that? Well, I've compiled some answers, so let's get right into it and what I will be doing this year to make the most money using DoorDash. Now, this first thing is something that no one talks about, and I do get why no one talks about it because it's probably just a very overlooked feature in the app, but take advantage of the referral program. Every month or a few months, they'll refresh it and you'll get a lot of money just for referring other people to do DoorDash. And when they complete a certain amount of deliveries, both you and the person you refer will get that amount of money, which makes it a little different than other referral programs just for anything in general. Because usually if you refer someone, they get $10, you get $10, or, maybe you just get the money. But in this case, both you and the person will get that money. And the good thing is it's not limited to just one person. And they also refresh it. So throughout the year, you can rack up a decent amount of money just by referring other people to do DoorDash. And aside from the referral program, I'm also definitely going to be utilizing the DoorDash Crimson card because I get my money instantly. I don't have any cash out fees. And there's a bunch of features in the app that do have monetary value, as well as some cashback features as well. So all of that I just mentioned, you don't actually have to complete any deliveries to get. Of course, if you're brand new to the app, you may have to complete some deliveries before getting that referral option, but if not, the app will tell you. Now, the next thing, and I'm going to stress this a lot, is to develop a strategy that works for you. So of course, when you're doing DoorDash, some people don't have any strategy, or they just have the strategy of cherry picking. And although those strategies can work, I think one of the biggest mistakes that people make is just trying to follow what people say online and try to apply it to their zone or their situation, and it may not have the same results that you think it will. So even in my videos, when I'm saying, do cherry picking, do this and this, you may have to adjust it slightly to your zone and your needs, and that is just something that you have to do if you want to make the most money. And a good way to develop a strategy is if you have the ability to work anytime you want, I suggest testing out every single day and every single time at least about 3 times before you deem it as not a good day or not a good time, because DoorDash isn't necessarily consistent. There are, of course, some consistent times in each zone that there probably isn't as many orders and maybe not worth it, but you really have to, if you have the ability to, test out everything. Different order types, different times, different waiting spots, different restaurants. I mean, literally everything. If you actually want to make the most amount of money, you have to test out everything. And that even includes different zones, because even if you are really close or in one DoorDash zone, it does not mean that the zone that is, 5 minutes further, 10 minutes further, even 30 minutes further can't pay you a lot more money. So developing a strategy is just a very broad term of saying you have to put in the work to evaluate everything before deciding when and where and how you're going to do DoorDash. And I know to some people that might be a little bit extreme. It might sound a little crazy because yes, of course, you can just turn on the app wherever you are and you'll get offered something. But if you actually want to make the most amount of money, you have to have an advantage over other dashers. And if you just do what is in front of you, you're only going to receive what is in front of you. And if you treat it like a side hustle, it's going to pay you like a side hustle. So of course, you don't have to go out and do all these things, but if you do, they definitely can be rewarding. For me, they definitely have been. For other dashers I've talked to, they definitely have been, like testing out different zones in markets and just everything. Because even, for example, shopping orders, in one zone that I work in, I can get them all day, just over and over and over. They're profitable, they're good, it's a good hourly pay. But even if I go, 10 minutes to a different zone that I sometimes work, I don't get shopping orders there. I only get really delivery orders. Even though there are grocery stores, the shopping orders just aren't as frequent, and when I do get them, they're not great. So sometimes it depends on the day that I'm working. Sometimes it depends on what I want to do for the day, if I want to do shopping orders or not. But having more options definitely can provide you more money. Now, the third thing that I also cannot stress enough is to not follow everyone else. And what I mean by that is that if you are, friends with other dashers, or you even just see other dashers, don't wait where the other dashers are waiting. Especially if you're new to DoorDash, don't think that just because there's a bunch of dashers waiting in one spot that's where you should wait. Test it out for yourself, because at the end of the day, DoorDash is going to send the order to the person who is closest, not necessarily the person who has the most orders completed or, the highest reward status. Even if they advertise that, that is just not the case. Also, even if, 5 dashers are waiting in one downtown area, they might have a different strategy than you. They may not be, doing, earn per offer. They might be doing earn by time. So it's really important to just test everything out for yourself and don't be where other Dashers are. Of course, that doesn't mean, go out in the middle of the woods and try to get an order and everyone's, by the restaurants. But it does mean that if all the Dashers are in one area, you're all competing for those same few orders, where if you drove, 2 to 5 minutes, even just a little bit further from them, where there are other stores, other restaurants, you could be getting some good orders and a good steady flow of orders because they're all waiting too far away from the places. Or they're just all waiting in one spot and DoorDash doesn't want to send it to them. Now, another thing in terms of not doing what everyone else is doing is that you will see people online, you will see people, in your area, everywhere saying, oh, DoorDash isn't good on Tuesdays. DoorDash is really good. DoorDash is really slow at this time and that time of day and this season and whatever. Don't listen to it. You have to test it out for yourself. Because if you think about it this way, if all the Dashers in your area are saying, oh, I take Tuesdays off. Yeah, Tuesdays are really slow. Tuesdays are, they don't send many orders on Tuesdays. Okay, well, that means that if all those Dashers are not working on Tuesdays, that means that if you go out on a Tuesday, you're going to get all the orders. You see what I'm saying? So it's definitely better to test everything out yourself. I know personally that even for apps outside of DoorDash, there are other, shoppers, Dashers, Uber Eats drivers, whatever, that will tell me that they don't work certain days, they don't work certain hours. And it is kind of peaceful when you're not competing with a bunch of other Dashers or shoppers for the same orders if you're working on a day that everyone else is taking off. So even for other apps, this works as well. If you do other apps, test it out. And if you hear other people saying that, this time and this day aren't good, work those days and hours and test it out a few times and see if it actually isn't good, or if everyone has just kind of followed each other and been like, yeah, this isn't a good day and time. Now, the fourth thing is that once you've done all of this, or even if you've had a strategy for all this time, you're not really finding any use in this video so far, refresh your strategy. Because even if you think you're making enough money right now, DoorDash is like such a large company. They have so many orders, so many different types of features and offers and zones and everything. At this point, they're pretty much taking over the gig world. So step outside of your comfort zone. If you don't typically do shopping orders, try them out. If you don't usually work at night and you feel comfortable to do so, try it out. Refresh your strategy because DoorDash is always changing. People's needs are always changing. New customers come to DoorDash. Customers leave DoorDash. It varies so much every single day, every single week, every single month. So refresh your strategy. Notice changes, adjust, adapt. And, you may not make more money by refreshing your strategy, but you may find a better schedule for yourself, or you may find you're not having to do so much work for the same amount of money. So it's not always about, making more money. It's also giving yourself more time, less work to do, things like that. Now, the last thing that I'm going to talk about and what I'm going to do to make the most money using DoorDash in 2026 is truly just, it is what you make of it. DoorDash is one of the only apps that does not limit how much you can make. It doesn't limit how many hours you can work. And it is one of those apps that there is something open to order from at all hours of the day, pretty much in every single zone. There's always a McDonald's open. There's always some sort of 24-hour convenience store or something. You can make money every single minute of the day using DoorDash, and that is not something you can get with other jobs, definitely, and other apps for sure. So if you treat it like a side hustle, like I said, if you only put in a few hours, don't expect, to make thousands of dollars within those few hours a week. If that's all you can do during the week, just figure out strategies and ways to really maximize those hours and the time that you do get to do DoorDash so that you're not sitting there, wasting time waiting for orders. But because it is one of those apps that has no limits, essentially, I do see and hear a lot of people saying like, oh, I tried DoorDash, I only worked this many hours, so I just stopped working because I only made like $15 in 3 hours. Try new things, test out different things. You may not have a single market near you that pays you what you want to be paid, but there are always ways to improve. Of course, there are going to be bad days. Of course, there are going to be bad orders. I'm not saying that at all. So these are all the things that I'm going to be doing in 2026 to really make sure I'm getting the most out of DoorDash, that I'm making the most money out of DoorDash. And I hope this inspired you guys to do the same and it helped in any way that it could. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.